Today, I want to share with y'all a game that I played since I was a kid. A game that I've gone back to multiple times, and one that I will put over the cult classics time and time again. A game that revolutionized our childhoods and shaped our love and passion for the world of skateboarding. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I'm sorry, were you expecting something different?
Thank you, world, for tuning in.
Tony Hawk's Underground 2, or Thug 2 as it's otherwise known, has absolutely impacted my life, and there's a good chance that it did that with you as well. From the amazing soundtrack to the skaters we all know and love, this game is one that I always return to for some good old nostalgia. So today, I want to run through Thug 2 with you, no matter if you've played this 100 times, or this is the first time you've seen this game in your life.
I'm whooping your ass!
We start off at the end of Thug 1, doing a little skate session when all of a sudden, this big black van gives you a nice case of CTE. You're kidnapped and taken to a dark room with other skaters. All of a sudden, some chainsaw-wielding maniac comes out, and just when you think this is about to get the manhunt treatment,
I think the last word you're gonna hear would be...
Hello, butt nuggets.
it's our good friend Bam, and he's with Tony Hawk. Wait, was he the other asshole that threw you in the van? Anyways, they'll tell y'all that they handpicked all of you to embark on something called the World Destruction Tour, where you'll be touring different parts of the world, causing chaos and competing to earn the most points. Tony and Bam start picking teams, and I am dying to see where I end up. You know, I've always wanted to be on Bam's team. Oh, I'm getting picked last. Great. And the tiebreaker? Let me just show y'all.
Do I want the noob? Or do I want Paulie, Wheels of Fury Ryan, the 10-year-old skating madman?
Bam, make up your mind.
What's there to the side?
Are you serious? You can't decide between me and a kid in a body cast?
You want some of me? Bring it on, bitch!
And just like that, I'm on Team Hawk, and I begin on Warehouse from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. This level is more or less a tutorial stage, but it's also a good place to rack up a bunch of stat points to help you out in the later levels. There is a whole other part of this level that you guys aren't seeing, but yeah, I don't really want to go to it, so we're just gonna go to Boston instead.
Hey, yo, Ariana Grande, what's up, mama? I'll come to Coney Island, take a spin on a cyclone.
Tony introduces you to Boston, where he lays out the challenges for your character, and it's gonna follow this repetition of not only random challenges, but also finding the pro, the guest, and the secret character. There's one guest and secret character on every map, and they all vary, but for Boston, we have Jesse James and Ben Franklin. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely hate when these characters have anything else other than skateboards, because they all feel like shit to control, and they typically only have like 2 moves, maybe 3 max. Be warned, this will be a constant thing I bitch about, so just, you know, get used to it. Another thing is that each level has a cinematic event, where in this case, you light your board on fire, shoot some cannons off, and cause millions of dollars of damage. I absolutely fucking love these scenes, and looked forward to them whenever I played this game. Anyways, I did the arcade, nailed it, found Benny Frank, helped a kid with a possible terminal illness. Oh, dude, he got fucking launched. Oh, you can trick with him? I wonder if this is what doctors do when they go down the hallway. Oh, shit. Okay, probably not that. Hurry, we gotta prep him for emergency stat. Get this man 3 cc's of Prime and Zins. He's about to die.
Ow! Here he is, Tony Hawk. Now I feel much better.
I wonder what terminal illness you had for the presence of Tony Hawk to cure. It's like, sorry, son, you've only got 3 hours left to live, and then I take you to Tony Hawk, and then the doctor's like, oh, fuck, you're actually better. Raced Paulie with his wheelchair, showed the Brits what actually happened during the Boston Tea Party, and so much more. Now, every time you hit around 500 out of 1,000 points, Tony or Bam will text you and say, hey, you can stop or keep going. Who do you think I am? Some damn poser? I kept on going. I eventually racked up 1,000 points and told Tony to pack it up and head out. We see a nice cinematic where this Dollar General Fred Durst tries to rizz up some poor woman before we give this son of a bitch a Kennedy fade. Tony pre-games a celebration by saying that we won. However, Paulie drags some dude down the road on a shitter, launches him into the harbor, and that right there cost us the first city. We spin a wheel, end up getting cut one loose, Bob gets shot in the schmeat and taters, we pack up and go to Spain.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
Second verse, same as the first, but this time with different challenges and different guests. We even have an appearance from Steve-O and his mechanical bull.
Shopping cart, schmopping cart, bam. My bull's rad, yeah.
Let me tell y'all something, okay? This fucking thing sucks. I thought the scooter was awful, but no. I regretted playing as Steve-O because this bull controls like shit, okay? He also has 2 moves, and if you're slightly off on the landing, or you don't try to reset after doing a move quick enough, you're falling off the bull every time. Sorry, had to get that out of the way. My time in Spain wasn't too bad. It was relatively short, nothing too monumental. I got to force people to run with the bulls against their will. I saw a dead body violently shake. I helped a sailor get free, did a little vandalism. I did so much stuff in Spain, they're probably gonna put me on their currency or the ban list. I'm not sure at this point. I finally got my 1,000 points, and in the end, I didn't want the fun to stop. Just kidding, I wanted to go to the next city. We do another wheel spin, and just when Tony is ready to celebrate with his team again, the wheel stops on Rookie Swap, where Eric Sparrow and your character, well, swap teams. Things aren't looking too good. No one's happy. Paulie, for some reason, says "Mi grande chorizo es el jefe, mamacita" to some random girl, which, if my 500 days of Duolingo has taught me anything, he wasn't talking about actual chorizo. We then see that someone had snitched on us, and now this private skating tour around the world is publicly known. Let's not also forget that Costin spits out the dumbest fucking thing I've heard before Bam shoots a rubber band at this bull's nuts.
This bull's hung like a bull.
Tony says we need to go to Berlin to shake this public buzz, as if Berlin is still living in the dark ages. Do they not get the same news as the rest of the world? Whatever. Germany, here we come. Okay, so before we went to Germany, I had to replay the entirety of Spain because I forgot to save. Yeah, so I speedran that, saw Polly get slapped again, and now we're heading to Germany.
I would like this, you to take my pee-pee, please, and treat it like a lollipop.
Guten Tag, welcome to Germany. Again, we've got a list of challenges and 3 special characters. We got Bam Margera, a graffiti artist, and Polly Ryan. Great, another non-skater. I started off by unlocking all the characters right out the gate, and if you have enough stat points on your character, you can pretty much do all of these challenges fairly easily, outside of the non-skater challenges and the team challenge, obviously. However, if you're wanting to be a bit of a perfectionist, you're gonna end up accidentally doing the other challenges that aren't yours if you unlock everything first, but if you don't care about that like myself, just unlock everyone and play with the skaters you want to play with. Anyways, the stuff I did in Germany was enough to earn me a spot on the Walk of Fame, let me tell ya. I shit on anyone who had played the arcade cabinet. I made a fish eat wee man. I unleashed some spirits. I graffitied a church wall. I gave some cops 3rd-degree burns on their heads. I eventually hit 1,000 points. See Eric Sparrow absolutely eat shit on a drop from like 30 feet in the air. We also got the news that we rookie swap back to Tony's team, which is a plus. But then we see some big bastard by the name of Nigel Beaverhausen pull up in a van and offer to televise the entire tour. And we end up taking his offer and sticking it right up his ass. Are you kidding? It's bad enough the shit got leaked into the news already. We don't need it to go public on purpose here. So after a quick trip to Bangkok that we don't get to experience, unfortunately, we head straight to the land down under.
There's a fucking fire in the fucking freezer, mate.
Good day, mate. Welcome to Australia. You already know, we got 2 special characters on deck here. A shrimp vendor that is the perfect stereotype, and well, I'll just show you.
I'll show you what a real Aussie can do.
But before I did anything, I had to go to the beach and find myself a little bit. I felt like this wasn't my truest form of me. I felt like I needed a new look. This default blue baby face character isn't cutting it anymore. I feel like he needs a little something something, you know, a little spice in his life. So, here's what I came up with. On to the challenges. I caused a giant OSHA violation. I threw bacteria-ridden shrimp at lifeguards, which, side note, how much of a piece of shit do you have to be to grab a handful of slimy, sloppy shrimp and chuck it at a person whose main job is to save lives? Unless it's this guy. In that case, pelt this bastard on sight every time you get a chance. Hey you, shit for brains. You want a pylon, bitch? Oh. I hit the wrong person. There we go. I destroyed a cop car, pissed off some seagulls, found out that this game is against equality. What? This game's woke. It'll let me hit the men, but it's not gonna let me hit the women. At the end of it all, I knew that we had done enough to win. Oh, I'm being sent home. Great. But wait, Bam's dad is a complete dumbass because he miscounted the points, which means my character got rat trapped for nothing. Awesome. Well, lo and behold, Eric over here starts panicking that he's gonna go home, which he absolutely should. Dude is a straight up bitch. He's a bum. Some kid with the most overdone Aussie accent in the world, I'd feel like at least.
I can't believe it. I just bought your video.
Comes up with a tape that he wants Tony and Bam to sign. Well, what do you know? We see the NB with a P going straight into some half-cut butt cheeks, and we know that the goblin is behind it. So Tony comes up with the idea. Whoever fucks with Nigel the best wins. In Eric's brilliance, he does something so diabolical. I'm surprised this game kept its rating. He stole his clothes. Wait, huh? He stole his clothes. Yeah, hey Eric, you're a dumbass. So now Bam puts me in the stolen clothes, and I've got 2 important missions to complete, okay? Each with about 500 points, so they're really heavy duty, right? I gotta get a bunch of seagulls to shit on beachgoers, and I have to literally shit fire on people's heads. The seagull thing is kind of funny, but I can't help but feel bad for these poor construction workers. Bro, he's just chilling. He don't give a damn. Anyways, I get the birds to have a Black Friday blowout on the locals, I spew flames from my chili ring on the workers, and then I get Nigel out of his van. He gets greeted by an angry mob of locals who backs him into a crane, and that crane picks him up into the air. Oh, but don't worry though, Eric starts seething and getting felted, but that's when Nigel's underwear snaps and he goes ass first right into Eric's face. It's safe to say that that poor bastard is dead. Don't worry though, I got just the place to bring him back.
Get me. He ain't gonna bite me. Look at that. It's chicken shit.
New Orleans, baby. The city born on colored beads, voodoo, and jazz. You'll love to see it. Again, we follow the formula of trying to find the pro, the special 2 characters, which, spoiler alert, I'm not excited about. The secret skater is a jester. Super easy to find since he rides the shark the entire time. Easy day. The other character is a damn voodoo doctor, which when I was a kid scared the absolute hell out of me because look at this guy. He comes up out of the swamp, summons the dead, and opens a direct hotline to hell. How could you not be scared of these damn zombies, by the way? So I started off knocking out some of the easier challenges such as the arcade cabinet, tagging 5 locations, skating a nice little line. Nothing too crazy right now, at least. I then try to do the challenge where I manual these 5 manhole covers, and that's where I could feel my blood pressure escalate a little bit. I then go to the boombox challenge. Shit is a little aggravating, not gonna lie. I throw beads at girls to flash their sensor bars, which, hey fellas, if you haven't seen a pair of sensor bars in your life, let me tell you, it'll change you. I also knock out the challenge where you do a 100,000 point combo while focused, and let me just tell you something for free, okay? I'm a demon when it comes to a challenge like this, okay? Oh, you son of a bitch. Now, this is where my frustration begins because I gotta do a challenge where I break 3 balconies and 1 combo. I remember struggling to do this challenge ever since I played this game back in the early 2000s. It's genuinely one of the most bullshit challenges in the entire game, and for some people, they think it's easy money. For me, I think it's easy hypertension. I messed up the first time, so I had to go back and reset the level to make sure the balconies weren't busted, and when I found out that they weren't, I eventually got it, which made me feel so much better about myself. But little did I know, I was looking at a possible complete restart of the entire game. So let me paint the scene, okay? I had done everyone's challenges except for this bastard right here, the voodoo doctor. What I should have done was do his challenge first, and then come around to do the rest, right? But I didn't. I did it ass backwards, and when I was done with the challenges, I couldn't go back in Tony's texts to continue on with the story. I tried saving and re-entering the stage, but nothing worked, okay? I didn't get a text from Tony, and I thought I had just soft-locked my entire progress and would have to do everything all over again. The only thing that I could think of was loading into a different level and seeing if that would help get rid of whatever onset dementia this game developed. And to my surprise, it actually worked. It booted up the next cinematic where Bam arrives on his BMW.
My boozed up moron wagon.
We finally see Beaverhausen again, who said he's been recording this entire thing, and he'd be willing to do us a favor and pay for the entire expense of the trip if we agreed to let him come with us to Skatopia and willingly record and broadcast it. Which, side note, I want to go ahead and do like a little financial audit because this itemized bill is a little ridiculous. Starting off strong, we got mental anguish at $857,000. I mean, yeah, Eric over here has been fucking mauling every second he gets. He's gonna look like Hulk Hogan in a couple years if he doesn't chill out. $4,599 for a destroyed wiener cart. Oh, you mean the one that Eric destroyed by being a dumbass? Bill him for that shit, not us. I like how it says here 1,000 cans of spray paint is like $5,899, but to clean the graffiti was $8.2 million. What the fuck were they using to clean these walls with? Fiji water? Anyways, after we see the bill tally up to an expensive $21 million and some change, Bam and Tony reluctantly agree. Well, before they pack up and head to Skatopia, the wheel has to be spun, right? Well, one of the drunks Bam rode into town on caused it to land on the equalizer, which means our team has to do a stunt, and if we nail it, we tie for points. After the helicopter glitched out and my continuous failed attempts to not ollie off the damn roof, I eventually nailed the challenge. Muska and his John Wilkes boozy fade crashed the helicopter into the swamp and he's promptly arrested. I think Mike Valley was supposed to appear in this, but this game started to bug out near the end, so there may be some stuff here and there that looks a little odd. My character fears for the worst as he thinks he'll be going into the final part of the tour alone, but lo and behold, Tony reveals he's going to be joining you. With that being said, we head on to the final stage of the game, Skatopia.
What the fuck, dude?
What?
Here we are, lads. Skatopia. In Tony's words, the skateboarding mecca. This level is absolutely crazy and features some of the hardest challenges in the entire game, in my opinion at least. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nothing that you haven't already been doing outside of a couple challenges here and there, but this map is so chaotic in flow that it makes the things we're used to a bit more challenging and things we haven't experienced yet something new and somewhat difficult. Again, we got 3 characters we gotta find, the first one obviously being Tony. The second one is actually a very young Ryan Sheckler, which, fun fact, he was only pro for about a year or two before this game came out. Like, that's insane. And finally, our first secret skater who isn't a damn non-skater. Oh yeah, we got the Big Daddy Cryptid himself on a gas-powered skateboard. As always, I started by knocking out the arcade machine, which had a nice little message on it from the devs. 10 hardcore years of kicking your ass. If only we knew that 10 years later after this game came out, Neversoft would be dissolved and fully merged with Infinity Ward. Such a shame, dude. I then moved on to doing my typical vandalism run while riding some beehives, hitting one of the sickest spine transfer lines of all time, using a pile of flaming trash to launch a firework into the air. Seriously, this level offers some of the most unique ideas for objectives and also some of the most aggravating. For example, I would like to have a physical word with the person who thought doing a manual from the top of Skatopia down to the entrance was a good idea. I'd also like to know who programmed this damn Dahmer car driving around to screw me up the entire fucking time. But maybe that one wasn't bad. Maybe you're saying, Blackout, that one is easy. Okay, bet. Well, what about the one where you gotta hold a combo from one shack to the other? Yeah, you know, if genetics didn't already make me go bald, I would have ripped my goddamn hair out by the roots doing this one. Sorry, spazzed out there. Honorable mentions, this weather balloon. Fuck this weather balloon. I hated it. Anyways, I swapped over to Bigfoot, and that's when I realized that even though he's got a skateboard, it sure as hell doesn't feel like it. Plus, he's only got like 3 moves, right? A manual, a grab trick, and a kickflip that he can use to grow, well, is that what I think it is? After knocking out the remainder of these challenges, Bam says he's gotta blow this place sky high. And we got so much high octane level shit that it would make a foreign power take interest. We got a 2-story firework, we got a boxing ring size firework launcher, a spinning quad rocket, and a fucking bomb? How did they manage to get this? The ending is just so chaotic because you activate these fireworks, but you fail to make sure there's no animals, so Tony has to rescue them. I'm pretty sure PETA would be so proud of this game right now. But then they leave something behind. It's you. Yeah, no, they leave you behind in all of this, by the way. Bam proposes a challenge. If you clear the entire park in one combo, you get 1,000 points and basically win the entire tour. And I don't know, this seems a lot more risky, a lot more dangerous, if you will. I'm not sure I can do this. Oh. Well, why don't you look at that? You and Tony decide to bask in the glory of being World Destruction Tour winners, but then Nigel comes up and begs for the tape. In fact, he managed to set up a live broadcast just for the occasion. Bam says he has the tape, and without even checking to see what's on it, Nigel fires up the live stream and broadcasts his dad taking the Browns to the Super Bowl to millions around the world. Tony then ends it the best way possible.
Thank you, world, for tuning in. And before we go, we'd just like to leave you with one little thing.
And that's it. That's the end of Tony Hawk's Underground 2. As the credits roll in, I look at the people who are responsible for this game, and what I'm about to say may fall on deaf ears. I know it's a long shot, but if any of the devs who made this game end up watching this video, thank you guys so much for making a game that's impacted my life the way that it has. And honestly, I don't think there's been a game to come around that's had that much influence on my life outside of like Halo 3, Halo 2, you know, some of the more cult classics that people are familiar with. So seriously, thank you so much for everything that you did to make this game possible. Now that I'm done, there's only one thing left to do, and it's the only thing you can do once you get done with the entire game.
Oh, hello there!
Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is one that I've wanted to do for a while now, and I'm glad that I'm finally able to get to it. I'm finally able to do it, especially since Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 came out. This is just a game that I wanted to revisit. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, be sure to smash that like button and make twist that sub button. Also, YouTube can show you my content free of charge. And if you want to support me a bit more, I do have memberships starting at $1 a month. They are not required, but if you want to chuck me an extra $1, go ahead, be my guest. I want to give a massive shout out to the members of the channel that you see on the screen right now. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's about it. Later.